along along with me today is Miss Kirti Swarna. She's also a speech language pathologist, and she's going to demonstrate the activities for joint attention. So let's not delay it further, and let's start talking about joint attention. So wait, Simone, I'll just make you the host so that you can let people in while I'm talking. Sorry, give me a second, please. All right. So what is joint attention? Joint attention basically involves sharing focus with someone else. It can be other toy, it can be an object, it can be a person, it can be an event or a concept. So when you share your attention with something, that's joint attention, right? So why joint attention? Why is it important and why are we working on it? So if you want your child to develop language, if you want your child to develop communication, if you want to do any activity with them, you want them to pay attention to you, you want them to listen to you and see the object that you're showing. You want to do an activity book with them, but if they're not looking at the book, how are they going to learn? How are they going to relate that, okay, this picture means this picture is called this? If they're not looking at the picture, they are just going to listen to the word but won't be able to associate it with something. So that's why developing joint attention in your child is very important. There are two ways in which you can request joint attention. You can either initiate it or you can request it. There are two ways. So for example, if a child someone has asked, will you send a recorded video to us? We'll be recording this and we'll be putting it up on our YouTube channel and also on the group, so you can have access to it. So yeah, first of all, if the child shows you something by pointing at something or using their words, they're vocalizing, that's one way of, or they're using any gesture, they're looking at you, their eye gaze, that's a way of joint attention. And the second is when someone else is showing them something, they are also looking at the same thing. That's another way of giving joint attention. So there are two ways in which the child can give you joint attention. It starts as early as when the child is born and they start looking at their mom. So with eye gaze it starts, and by 18 months the child is able to develop their joint attention. In between, first it starts with eye gaze, then it comes to vocalizations, then when the child learns, develops their fine motor skills, they're able to point at things they want to show their mom, right? So that is how it develops. And by 18 months, we should expect the child to have a fully functional, developed joint attention. Now, it's mostly joint attention is a skill which is not so developed mostly in cases of autism and developmental delay. So if you know that your child falls under risk of autism or is showing some red flags, this is a very important skill that you should start working on from the beginning. But why joint attention? Again, like as I mentioned, it's important for social skills, it's important for cognitive development, it's important for your early speech and language development. So as soon as you can, you have to start working on it. Look at the red flags. Your child is not giving you eye contact, they are not able to understand your facial expressions, your emotions. They don't look at things that you point at. They're not they don't follow your eye gaze, or they don't follow your line of regard. If you're showing them something and they're not looking at it, that's a red flag. That means that you should start working on it as early as possible. Yeah. Now, there are different ways in which you can work on it. Simple things: you want the child to look at you. You want them to give you eye contact. So you can wear funny glasses, you can wear funny hats. So that way you can start developing your child's interest in looking at your eyes and looking at something that you want to show them. Okay, if you can play hide and seek and peekaboo games, again, that's a great way to develop intention. That why are you looking at me? You're looking at me because I'm showing you something that might be interesting for you. Okay, we have to keep our voice and our expressions very lively so that the child gives us attention, they look at us. So you need to use a very motherese or baby language with them, so they show attention and with a lot of sing song voice and intonation. Okay, what else you can do? You can play games which have cause and effect in them. For example, you pull the string of a train or a toy and then it moves, so your child understands, oh, my mom did this, and you show the child what you did, and then with a wow or like an surprised expression, you show it to the child again. They'll understand that, oh, something happened and I have to look at it. You can take activity books or any kind of books which that the child would be interested in. So always follow the child's lead. If you know that there's a particular toy or a book that your child is definitely interested in, you should pick up that for when you're having a play time with them. Keep your playtime distraction free. You can't multitask, then you have to give your child your full attention. So make sure that those 20 minutes or 30 minutes that you work with him, her, you're keeping it distraction free. You're just giving them your attention. I always ask parents to do floor time play, and don't keep lots of toys around you. Only keep one toy or two toys that you want to work with, because then your child is going to get distracted. You can't expect them to pay attention only on one toy, right? Their attention is quickly going to shift to something else. So only keep options of one or two toys when you're playing with them. Yeah. Plan your activities, your playtime well ahead, so that, and then observe what I did this activity with the child. How did he respond? What can I do next time? Note it down, so you will have an idea what is working, what is not working, and you can discuss it with your therapist. What other activities I can do to build joint attention in the child? Yeah. Lot of other activities, always make sure that you're at child's eye level. You can't be standing, or you can't be way above his eye level and talking to him and expecting him to look at you and respond. So make sure that you're at his eye level when you're doing the activities. Play bubbles, you know again, it's so interesting for the child. He's going to look at you, then he's going to look at the bubbles. So first you have to make the child look at you first, look at your face, look at your mouth, how you're bringing the wand to your lips. So that's one way that you have got his attention, and then you have to make him shift his gaze from you to the bubble that's going, right? So that's how you develop the child's joint attention. And again, playing with balloons. Balloons is a great activity where you're holding it and then you're letting it go. The child learns to look from you to the balloon that's flying. So simple things like this you can start doing at home today to work on the child's joint attention. Now I'll let Kirti demonstrate 3 of the activities that we have in our bundle, and how we can do that at home. I'll let her take over.
Thank you, Ms. Sanya. And I'm going to discuss few activities for joint attention. So let's go for the first activity. This is called Baba Black Sheep. So why is it named like that? Because Baba Black Sheep is like one of the favorite rhymes of most of the children. In the bundle, you will find a sheep. It is like a plain sheep, very small. I think, just give me a minute. Yes, now you will be able to see better. So you will find this sheep. And this sheep, what you can do is, first step is you can take Fevicol, you can apply it all over the sheep, and then you need cotton pieces. So with the cotton pieces, you can stick it all over the sheep and then paint. It sounds like 3 simple steps, but then there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. Like you need to sit face to face with your child, and then you'll have to encourage your child to ask for it, so that he or she and your child, both of you, are sitting looking at the cotton, picking it up, and then sticking it on the sheep, then taking the paint, painting on it. So you're having a good time together, but this is a shared activity. Like for joint attention, if the child needs to pay attention towards you or show interest, you need to have some interesting activities so that even he or she is willing to do the activity. So this is our first activity. So let's go and see our second. So vroom vroom, this is the second activity, and this is a fun activity too. You will have a racetrack and you will have two cars. Maybe you can take multiple printouts of this to increase the number of cars. So again, there is this racetrack. What you can do is you can cut the outline of these both cars, and you can cut the outline of the racetrack. You can stick it on a ground or maybe some cardboard box to give it some height. And then the cars you can cut and stick it on either any block or some hard surface to give it some strength. And then at one end you have your car, and the other end you can stand over there or sit over there, make an eye contact with your child, and you can be like, get the car, and then 1, 2, 3, go. On that instruction, your child is getting the car towards you. Be very animated, be like, yes, you're getting the car, encourage him, and then you can make the sound like vroom 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 vroom, so you have his attention. So like I said, these are the two cars that are there, but you can take multiple printouts for multiple cars. So he or she can take as many as car they want towards you. So this is another activity. So going to the last activity of the bundle, we have EIEIO. So this is another rhyme inspired activity, and it is called Mr. Old MacDonald had a farm. So over here in the bundle, we have few animals, and we have Mr. Old MacDonald's farm and Mr. Old MacDonald. So what you can do is, again, you can cut the animals, you can cut the farm, you can again stick it somewhere, maybe on a hard surface or a cut. You can cut Mr. Old MacDonald. And there are two options for this activity. Either the uncolored animals, so your child can color them, paint them, and as they wish. And then you have the colored activity, the colored animals for the little ones who are still learning how to color. So cut these figures again, and then you can go like, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. You are looking at your child's face, you're making the anticipatory look. Give some pause so that even he or she is repeating the animal sound. So then you can introduce one animal by other to the farm. For example, you can stick Mr. Old MacDonald over here next to his farm, and then take the animal, like, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and a moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo moo. And in this way, you can encourage the child to also say moo moo, or look at you, look at the cow, and then with him you can put the cow here and there, and then finally paste it. Like, let him choose. You can just look at him, like, we'll stick the cow here, you can take the cow, and then you can stick it. We have like 6 animals, so all of them are simple animal sounds, which you can use to grab your child's attention. You can use to grab your child's interest, not expecting them to repeat as it is. You're just doing the activity with him. We are increasing his joint attention. You are giving him pauses so that he understands what he can do next. Is he going to take the animal, keep it on the farm next to Mr. Old MacDonald? Like, give him his free will. Like, if he wants to take a pig, or he's taking the chicken, change the animal sound. but make sure that you are having animated voices and you are interacting with him. Be face to face, show your expressions to your child so that he will also immediately will catch his attention. He'll be looking at you. Same goes for all the activities. Like when you're doing Baba Black Sheep, you can be like meh, meh. And then when you're putting the cotton on each cotton, you can be like meh. So again, like Miss Sanya had explained, cause and effect. Like he or she's sticking the cotton, and then the animal is making a meh sound. So vroom vroom, even for the car, if they're going slowly, slowly, vroom vroom, vroom vroom. So in all the activities in the bundle, our main focus is that you and your child are sharing the activity, you're sharing the focus, and you both are completing the activity together so that he has your interest, and you have his interest, and you are enjoying with him. So these are the activities in the bundle, and do let us know if you have any doubts regarding how to do it so that we'll definitely answer them.
Kirti,
And
can you also explain the what's in the bag activity? I think that
okay.
would also be a great addition here. I mean, you can just explain it. Uh, oh,
Yes,
you
so
have it.
another activity, I have my therapy kit right here. So another activity is called What's in the Bag. This is an additional activity. I have a small hack. What you can do is you can take few pebbles or rocks and always keep them in. So, when they make sound, you can grab your little one's attention better. You need a bag and few toys of his interest. So let's just say I have this toy. I've kept a toy inside and I'm closing it. Let me just take the camera as the little one and I'll be like, do you hear it? Make some animated expressions. I hear it. What is it? And then give your child the bag. Let your child feel the bag. What is it? What is in it? Let him explore, him or her. Let them explore. And then you be like, let's open. Use gestures. You can be like, let's open. Let's see what's in the bag. And then slowly open. Then you can be like, 1, 2, 3. It's an elephant. And then you can play with the toy so that as soon as you build the interest and the child also sees what's in the bag, he will be excited, he or she, sorry, will be excited to see what is the next item going to be. So using these expression and gestures will actually catch your child's attention. So, and then you both are playing with the object or whatever has come out of the bag. So this is a very fun activity and very small activity also. So you can have a lot of fun. Don't forget to have fun. Like that's the main criteria of any activity we make or any bundle we make.
Totally, definitely. Um, Kirti, do you want to share the screen again?
Yes, yes, definitely. Yes.
Can you also take us through these? I mean, you've mostly mentioned it.
We have actually mentioned it in a flow, but let me just brush them through again. So the first is sit face to face for to establish better eye contact and engagement. Because when you sit face to face, your expressions are more visible to your child, your gestures are more visible to your child, and then encourage turn taking behavior. Basically, this behavior means like maybe I'll give example with regard to the activities. One cotton ball, mama is taking. So the other cotton ball, baby is taking, because kids tend, when they see really like art and craft or something which they like, they tend to just go grab it. So to establish this behavior or to stop that impulse, turn taking is a really good way. You can use gestures like stop or stop. When you use this gesture, you are inhibiting that impulse for momentarily. Then you can be like 1, 2, 3, stick, or 1, 2, 3, go. Again, you're using 1, 2, 3 stick so that momentarily that impulse the child has to grab it, that will reduce. So, and it will in turn encourage turn taking behavior too. So when once you're doing, and when it's your turn, encourage your child to say 1 2 3 stick, so that by saying, I mean, you can take their finger, you'll be like 1 2 3, mama sticks. So this is how you can encourage turn taking behavior. Don't forget to reinforce. Reinforcement plays a very, very important role in any activity. Like, suppose after your child has attempted, even he or she has done an attempted or tried to do something, immediately reinforce with a clap, good boy, good girl. You can give bubbles. If your child likes cookies, you can give cookies. Maybe even a high five would do. So even the small efforts, like maybe he himself took the cotton and showed it to you, like, see, this is a cotton. Encourage it.
Yeah, that's his
Clap.
way of showing joint attention. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I'm also missed this point. As soon as your child initiates any conversation with you, whether through vocalization or pointing or dragging you, that's their way of starting a conversation with you or making you look at something, right? So we have to reinforce it, we have to encourage it. If when they see that, oh, I got a positive response from my mama when I did this, they are going to repeat it again. So we want to encourage all their attempts in trying to show you something, or whenever you showed them something and they looked at it, you have to encourage that also, you have to reward that also, and you have to see whether you want to keep it tangible, or it can be a non-verbal reinforcement, whatever you, maybe it can be a tap, pat on the back, a clap, or like a, smiling, excited face, or a sticker, or a star, whatever works for your child. You have to figure that out, and but always reinforce. It works very well. We're not saying that we are going to, bribe the child every time to you do this and you get that. No, after they do it, we give them the reinforcement so they have a positive experience of, something that they did. Yeah. Also, one more activity. Sorry, I would like to add here is, in turn taking. You can just sit with your child where the child is facing you, and you can, do something like you roll the ball to them, right? And so when you bring the ball to your face, they're looking at you, and then you put it on the ground and then you roll it. So they're looking from one person to the other, what the intention is. Mama's intention is to play ball with you. Okay, so you're again developing joint attention with them. They have to catch the ball again. You're doing turn taking also. With each activity, you can work on a lot of groups. So you're working on eye contact. You're working on turn taking, joint attention. Sitting tolerance, because it's an activity that the child enjoys. He's trying to sit for a longer period of time. So with each activity, you can work on a lot of goals. So that's why again, plan it well, plan it ahead. Sorry, Kirti, I'll let you continue.
Thank you for the inputs, Ms. Sanya. So the next point is use animated voice and facial expressions. Well, I can't emphasize more that this is a very good way to grab your child's attention, because when you use animated voice, they'll first look like, wow, what is that voice? That is the first thing, like, which will grab their attention. Like, suppose you're introducing a cow, you can be like, moo. Or when you're even saying like go, you can be like 1 2 3 go. So when you use these facial expressions, and animated voice basically means you are changing your voice, like making it go up, down, and sing a song pattern, so that you can grab your child's attention, and then keep less distractions. Like, if even if when you're doing the Baba Black Sheep activity, vroom vroom or EIIO, when you're introducing the items, introduce one after the other, because if there are too many distractions, the little minds will get distracted. They will try to go grab this and that. So when you have only one activity in front of them, you both are focusing on that activity. So that will really help in improving the joint attention. Then we have be seated in a comfortable area where your child has little space to move. Like, be seated in a place where they can move their hands and legs and they could be a bit free, but at the same time don't give too much arena that they can run off. So be it a very comfortable like place, like good lighting, and you're sitting face to face and there's good lighting. At the same time,
No background
there's
noise.
nothing. Yes, no background noises, nothing.
No
And
TVs,
give,
no mobile phones, please.
yes,
Make sure you can't keep
those.
the TV on and do the activity with them.
Yes, because they can easily get distracted when you're focusing on one activity, because we are focused on increasing joint attention. Both of you are sharing one activity. If their attention gets divided between the background noise and what you're trying to say, that is kind of contrary to what we are trying to do. So, and the other point is give choices. By choices over here, you're going to encourage pointing, like something your child really likes. Let's just say there's one toy he really likes and another toy he's like okay with. Give him, like, which one do you want? So if he's interested, he'll go point towards the toy he or she is interested in. So giving choices is also important, and pauses, because once you give a stimulus and then just pause. When you pause, you can see what your little one is doing. How is he or she trying to communicate with you? How he or she is trying to initiate anything. So this is also very effective when you use your activities.
Yeah, I would like to
And
add here, for example, if you are playing a game like making soap together, soap bubbles. So you are trying to make soap, but you have to wait. Then you have to suddenly wait and let the child indicate it to you that, I want you to continue, or let's keep making soap. Because again, he's trying to get your attention here. He will try and, maybe make a sound or drag your hand or look at you. So he's giving you attention. So, we can't just I often tell parents, don't give everything into their hand. Let them ask for it. Let them communicate that, please continue or give me. So, create more opportunities for your child to come and ask you or request you for things.
yes, so
Yeah,
that point is covered.
yeah.
And
Okay, great. I think, we only have 5 minutes left. Kirti,
okay,
I think we finished most of the points here. Can we move on to the next slide?
yes,
Yeah, I also wanted to, tell us a little about the services that we provide. We are a completely online clinic, so we provide speech therapy. And we also have a very comprehensive parent training program where we meet the parents once a week. And, based on the questionnaire filled out by them and the videos shared, we create a plan for the child and discuss with the parents once a week what are the activities that they can do at home and set goals with them. And throughout the week they can share videos with us where we guide them as to what they should do next, and we give them feedback about how they're doing doing the activities at home. We also have a home training program because many parents request that they are not able to design the activities or just don't know where to start. So, we give them a written plan with all the activities and the goals that they can work on. And, every week or every 15 days, we send them a new plan. We have an active social skills group where it's for children from 4 to 12, and one group is from 13 to 17 years of age, where kids come together to work on their social skills, whether it's starting a conversation, maintaining it, or problem solving and inferencing, and public speaking, and all those skills we work on. Yeah. So if you or anyone needs our help, then you can definitely contact us on our website or send us a message on WhatsApp. Kirti, can we move on to the next slide? Yeah, and if you would like to access the activities that we've shared with you today, you can go and download it on our website. The bundle is available. Next week we'll be sharing another bundle for sitting tolerance. We would request you to send images of you doing the activity with your kid. We would love to hear any feedback that you have, and if it worked and how did they respond to it. And yeah, it was great to interact with you all. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the chat. We have another 3 minutes. We can take 1 or 2 questions if you have quickly, if you want to know anything. We'll be putting this up on our YouTube channel. So if you've missed anything or you joined late, you can watch it there. Also, you can give suggestions to us, any topics that you would want us to, discuss on our lives, anything you would want to know more about. We would love to plan something. All right. Okay. I see, it was great doing it. Thank you, Kirti, and thank you, Simone, for helping me with this. And hopefully, we'll see you all soon. Okay. Bye.
Okay then.